The evolution of humans is one of the most fascinating and complex stories in the natural world. It is the tale of how our species, Homo sapiens, evolved from early primates, adapting to changing environments and developing unique biological and cultural traits that distinguish us from other animals. The journey of human evolution spans millions of years, involving numerous species in intermediate stages, and has been shaped by both biological forces, such as natural selection, and environmental pressures. This evolutionary saga includes the emergence of our primate ancestors, the development of bipedalism, the growth of brain size, and the eventual rise of complex language, culture, and technology. Our evolutionary story begins about 65 million years ago, with the appearance of the first mammals after the extinction of the dinosaurs. Mammals evolved in the shadows of the larger, more dominant reptiles, but over time they adapted to a variety of ecological niches, becoming more diverse and increasingly complex. Among these mammals, a group called primates began to take shape. Primates, which include humans, monkeys, apes, and lemurs, are characterized by traits such as forward-facing eyes, grasping hands, and a high degree of brain development. The earliest primates emerged around 55 to 60 million years ago, in the form of small, tree-dwelling creatures that were adapted to living in a forest environment. These early primates had larger brains than many other mammals, helping them navigate the complex environments of trees and find food. Over time, primates diversified into various lineages, one of which led to the eventual development of humans. One of the key developments in human evolution occurred with the emergence of the apes, a group of primates that includes orangutans, gorillas, chimpanzees, and humans. About 20 million years ago, the first apes began to evolve. Apes are distinguished by their larger size, more complex brains, and more developed social structures compared to earlier primates. The lineage that would lead to humans split from the lineage that led to chimpanzees and bonobos around 6 to 7 million years ago, making them our closest living relatives. This divergence marks a pivotal moment in human evolution, setting the stage for the development of many of the traits that define us today. One of the defining features of human evolution is bipedalism, the ability to walk on two legs. The earliest hominins, the group that includes humans and our ancestors, were likely quadrupedal, but over millions of years, they began to shift toward walking upright. The transition to bipedalism is believed to have occurred between 6 and 4 million years ago, with fossil evidence suggesting that early human ancestors, like Australopithecus afarensis, one of the best-known early hominins, were already walking on two legs. Australopithecus, which lived between 4 and 2 million years ago, had a small brain and a body adapted for both walking on the ground and climbing trees. However, the development of a fully bipedal gait marked a major step in the evolutionary process. The Australopithecines were not the direct ancestors of modern humans, but they represent an important branch in the hominin family tree. The genus Homo, which includes humans, emerged around 2.5 million years ago, marking a dramatic shift in both physical and cognitive traits. The early members of Homo were larger, more advanced, and capable of tool making, which set them apart from their Australopithecine predecessors. One of the earliest members of Homo was Homo habilis, often referred to as the handy man, because of evidence that they used stone tools. These tools, likely used for cutting meat and processing plants, were an important step toward the development of more advanced technologies. Over time, Homo habilis evolved into several other species, such as Homo erectus, which appeared around 1.9 million years ago. Homo erectus was significantly more advanced in terms of both anatomy and behavior. They were the first hominins to leave Africa, spreading into Eurasia and Asia. Homo erectus is also associated with the use of fire, which would have been a critical innovation for cooking food, staying warm, and warding off predators. These early humans had a body structure more similar to modern humans, with a larger brain and a smaller face and teeth compared to their ancestors. Homo erectus also showed evidence of more complex social behaviors, suggesting the development of rudimentary forms of culture and communication. Another important species in the human evolutionary timeline is Homo neanderthalensis, or Neanderthals. Neanderthals appeared around 400,000 years ago in Europe and parts of Western Asia, evolving from an earlier population of Homo erectus. Neanderthals were adapted to cold climates with robust bodies, large noses, and strong limbs. They were skilled hunters, creating tools and clothing from animal hides. The Neanderthals also demonstrated evidence of symbolic thinking, burying their dead, and possibly even engaging in religious or ritualistic practices. Despite their many advances, Neanderthals eventually went extinct around 40,000 years ago, possibly due to competition with modern humans, environmental changes, or a combination of factors. The rise of Homo sapiens, or modern humans, marks the final chapter in our evolutionary history. Homo sapiens are believed to have first appeared around 300,000 years ago in Africa, emerging from earlier species, such as Homo heidelbergensis, which had characteristics similar to both Neanderthals and modern humans. Fossil evidence suggests that Homo sapiens began to spread out of Africa around 70,000 to 50,000 years ago, migrating to different parts of the world, eventually replacing or interbreeding with local populations such as Neanderthals and Denisovans, another archaic human species. What distinguishes Homo sapiens from earlier hominins is not just our physical traits, but our cognitive abilities. Over the course of the past 100,000 years, Homo sapiens have developed advanced tools, language, art, and culture. Our large brains, capable of complex thought, abstract reasoning, and problem-solving, have allowed us to create societies, build cities, and make groundbreaking scientific discoveries. The ability to communicate through spoken and written language, as well as our capacity for social cooperation, has been instrumental in our success as a species. The development of agriculture around 10,000 years ago was another crucial turning point in human history. This shift from a hunter-gatherer lifestyle to one based on farming allowed human populations to settle in one place, leading to the development of cities, states, and civilizations. The rise of agriculture also resulted in significant changes in human society, culture, and biology, including the growth of human populations and the development of complex political, economic, and religious systems. Throughout the course of human evolution, human populations have continued to adapt to changing environments, from the development of resistance to certain diseases to changes in physical appearance due to climate and geography. For instance, populations living in regions with high UV radiation, like those near the equator, tend to have darker skin, which provides protection against the harmful effects of the sun. On the other hand, populations living in areas with lower sunlight have lighter skin, which helps the body synthesize more vitamin D in regions where sunlight is scarce. Despite our many adaptations, human evolution is not a linear progression, but rather a branching tree with many species, each contributing to the evolutionary mix that led to modern humans. The process of human evolution has been marked by both the extinction of many species and the survival of a few, with Homo sapiens as the only surviving species in the genus Homo.